What's going on, guys? My name's Voss, and if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Check out my Tesla Model 3 performance review. I want to say thanks for watching, I guess, because I did not expect that one to get as many views as it did, and I've got a lot of special reviews lined up for you guys. I've been working with different local dealerships as well to get you some amazing cars. So without further ado, today we get to drive a 2017 Subaru WRX Premium with the 6-speed. Let's get it.
Whenever your heart is broken, don't ever forget you're golden. I will find the light in your soul, I'll be there. Never leaving you in the darkness, even when you're out of focus. I will be the light in your life, you'll see it clear. I'll be your inspiration, 'cause I know that you'll do just what you're told. I'll be your hard-earned temptation, 'cause I know that you'll make it on your
own. Before I jump into this review, I want to give a big thank you to Germain Ford of Beavercreek. John Martin, he's the general manager here. I got in contact with him a little while ago, and you know, when you're asking people, if you walk into a dealership and ask them, hey, can I drive your car? They're usually going to be like, why? Are you trying to buy it? And I was just like, hey, I do so-and-so on YouTube, and I'm hoping, and he's just like, yeah, let's do it. So a big shout out to John Martin, as well as the Germain Ford of Beavercreek. If you guys are in need of a new Ford truck or a car or a Mustang, they've got lots of Mustangs with lots of upgrades, as well as anything like this WRX Premium that I'm driving. Make sure you go check them out. I'll link it somewhere here. This car came out in 2017, and this was the styling was similar, but the actual car itself was a big jump. Don't quote me on this, but I believe the 2017 was the first year where the WRX also got the 6-speed, and then they beefed up the 6-speed on the STIs. But this car, brand new, started about $29,000 to $30,000, and it's held its value very well. This one's for sale for about $27,900, and this is one of the most fun cars you can drive on a budget. This has got the legendary Subaru all-wheel drive system, the 6-speed manual. So they also offer a CVT, which don't buy a WRX if you're gonna buy the automatic. Buy the 6-speed. Now this car's got a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder motor making 268 horsepower and 258 foot-pounds of torque, and it's got a curb weight of approximately 3,300 pounds. For a daily driver, this does pretty well, actually. It gets about 20 miles a gallon around the city and like 28 miles a gallon on the highway. All right, I think I've rambled on about enough specs. I'm gonna take this around, give you kind of my impressions behind the wheel. Like I said, this thing it looks really good. Back in 2013, 14 time, they actually had a lot of these, and I personally wanted to buy one, and at the time it felt cheap. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel nice. It didn't feel like something I want to enjoy. This has got, probably fake, but like this nice carbon fiber looking plastic interior. It's got I think a 6-inch touchscreen. They did away with that clunky, outdated looking infotainment thing they had before, and it's got that. It's got a second screen behind as well. It kind of gives you the AC as well as the boost information, and this steering wheel, it feels really good. Like it's got some stitched leather. It feels really nice. It does the 9 and 3 position very well. It's very comfortable. It's got a lot of quick options as well that you can get to. Might be a little shaky at first. Gosh, it sounds really good. This thing sounds surprisingly really good. And this dealership has got it all. They have so many nice cars here. So, with Subaru, the WRX and the WRX XTI, these are legendary cars. I mean, if you don't know what these are, you've been living under a rock again. But you know, these came out, I think these came to the States, the WRX and the STI Before it was the WRX, I think they just called them the Subaru STIs back in the 2000s. Then they had the Blob Eye, the Hawkeye. Then they had that atrocious, I think it was a 2008 model that they did. That thing was the ugliest thing. All right, this thing's fun. But anyway, that was one of the ugliest looking Subarus I've ever seen. And personally, every year they've come out with another refresh of these things, they've looked better and better. This thing drives very smooth. It's very comfortable overall. I mean, like I said, the last impression I had was the 2013 hatch. That was the STI. It was insane. I mean, it drove. It was fun. It was sporty. It was peppy. But for something I was going to own every single day, I was not enjoying it whatsoever. This, on the other hand, this is nice. Like, I'm having, you know, it's very quiet in here. That was my other issue with the older ones. It was very loud. I don't know how you guys can hear. It is very windy today. And enough of you pointed it out, but I got my mic situation fixed, so hopefully it sounds a little better today. But overall, this thing is a lot better than I remember. There's definitely some turbo lag, but once it kicks in, oh my God, it's fast. I think this does 0 to 60 in about 5.5 seconds, which now compared to the Model 3 Performance, which was rated 3.5, but a little faster, this feels fun. For something I'm gonna drive every single day as a daily driver, as a commuter car, you know, this makes commuting enjoyable. Overall, the premium name that is associated with the WRX Premium definitely lives up. There's a few things here and there that I think's kind of bad. Like, there might be a way, so all of you on here who are probably gonna call me out if I do this wrong, but on the trunk, there is no quick release button. I had to press a button in here, or I had to press a button on the key fob. I don't know where it is. I couldn't find it directly underneath. This car makes sense if this is your only vehicle. If you can only have, you know, if you have one vehicle, most people you generally have one vehicle. This is great. It's got the all-wheel drive. Subaru has one of the best all-wheel drive systems, you know, they're out there. The aftermarket community on the WRXs and the STIs is phenomenal. You can do a lot of fun things with this car. You know, stock, I mean, this is no slouch stock, 268 horsepower. That's a good bit. And 258 foot-pounds of torque, which is a good step up from the older models. But, you know, there's a big community out there for WRXs. A lot of people buy these because they're affordable and they're a lot of fun. Brakes are pretty good. Overall, the car handles well, it brakes well, it takes turns really well. It makes some nice noises when you step on it. Turbo lag is pretty big though. This is a fun car. This is such a fun car to drive. And I'm trying some new different stuff with these reviews. A lot of you have told me like you want to see me walk around the car, and I did that, and a lot of people are like, well, now I want you to sit inside and talk more. So I'm doing that. I think I'm going to try and do a mix, sit in the car and talk, and as I speak, I will do some shots and pan around the car, and they'll jump on the, you know, the frame somewhere, and you can see the different angles and the different stuff that I'm talking about. I hope you like that. Let me know, like drop a comment below on what you think about that and what you want to see going forward. Yeah, I mean, overall, for north of $30,000, this is a good car. And I think the one big reason these sell very well is on top of all of the modifications you can do, the reliability of a Subaru is outstanding. And on top of that, they hold their value very well. So, you know, if you're buying, I always go back to this, but let's say you buy the equivalent 3 Series, like, okay, I'll give you my personal 3 Series. I paid 30 grand for that, and after over 30 grand with taxes, and then after 1.5 years of ownership, I sold it for 25, which to some of you might not seem like much. That, you know, that's a lot of money to lose. On a car like this, it's got 16,000 miles, and you drive it for a year, and you don't lose much money at all, or you're gonna break even. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap up my opinion as well as this review on the 2017 WRX Premium. This is a great car. It's not perfect. The turbo lag's kind of there. Some of it feels a little cheap, but compared to the model before, this feels, the premium name that is associated with this definitely fits. And if you enjoyed this review, smash that like button, subscribe, turn that notification bell on, drop a comment on what kind of cars you want me to do. I'm trying to do a wide range of cars, anywhere from you know, $100,000+ cars to stuff that, you know, the common person can afford. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next video.